Is Andre hiding from something? Is Andre running from something in Europe? What's up, everybody? A quick update on today's Beyond the Gates episode from October 21st, 2025. It was a fairly good episode today. I enjoyed the Hayley, Dani, Bill stuff, which is probably no surprise the way I've been talking about this show the past few weeks. It's definitely the best story on the show. Today, we got to see Hayley and Randy together, but it was probably not the best time for them to be together at the same time that Dani and Vanessa walk in because they know Randy as separate people. Of course, Vanessa knows the real Randy, or who she believes is the real Randy, because he was Doug's friend for years. But Dani thinks that his name is Sammy because that's what Randy went by on that day when Hayley was faking a miscarriage and he was there to save the day. So now Dani knows that Randy's real name is Randy, and that's thanks to Vanessa. And they got to see Hayley and Randy together. So that was very, very sloppy from Hayley and Randy, who have this plan to swindle Bill out of money. And now Hayley has this plan to kill Bill to get the $10 million from his life insurance. In today's episode, Hayley got the poison from Randy, so I don't know what the whole cupcake situation was last week. Perhaps she had her own poison, or perhaps it wasn't poisoned at all. But now she has the new poison from Randy, which he told her to do it slow and steady. And it's not looking great for Bill right now. He's getting pretty swindled from Hayley. Bill's so worried about Andre and having Andre investigated. That's what his private investigator has been working on. Today, Bill almost had a change of heart, but the investigator thinks that he has found some interesting information on Andre. He's just disappeared from the public eye over the past year after spending all this time being a playboy in Europe. There was always pictures of him, but over the past year, there's no pictures of him. So I guess that is to lead us to possibly question, is Andre hiding from something? Is Andre running from something in Europe? This also tied into later in the episode when, well, first of all, Ridge Forrester premieres on the show. He's obviously a bold and the beautiful character. We saw a crossover with Devon from Young and the Restless earlier in the year. So this show had their crossover with Young and the Restless earlier in the year, today, and this week in general, crossing over with Bold and the Beautiful. I will say, I know Thorsten Kaye has been playing Ridge for over a decade now, but he's still not the real Ridge Forrester to me. Ron Moss, as not so great of an actor as he was, he will always be Ridge Forrester. He had the Playboy Ridge Forrester down. Thorsten Kaye's never been as smooth as Ridge. So today, Ridge called Pamela to try and get Pamela to have Dani and Andre model for Forrester Creations and for one of their lines, but they want Dani and Andre together. Andre's been not wanting to model after the talk with Pamela, where she thinks he should be a model. He has not been wanting to model. He's not changing his mind, even though it seems Forrester wants Dani and Andre together pretty clearly. But this does possibly tie into Bill and Bill's investigator. Why doesn't Andre want pictures taken of him? Are we going to get some mysterious backstory of Andre? Is there more than meets the eye to Andre's past? It's an interesting story thread to add to Andre. I don't know where they're taking it, if they're taking it anywhere at all. I would prefer Andre not to be too villainous in the past. This show has enough villains, honestly, but the show loves their great characters. They love to give their characters some questionable background sometimes, so we'll see what that actually leads to with Andre, if anything. Back to Hayley, though, because by the end of the episode, at first Bill's giving her a new credit card because I guess her last one had some fraud on it, a fraud alert, and he's going to put it in her purse, where he finds the mysterious wrapping, which is what the poison Randy gave her earlier in the episode. Luckily, Hayley quickly grabs it away, says it's a small purchase from a drugstore, and then goes into seduction mode to bring Bill to have sex with her right there on the couch. And then by the end of the episode, she's making Bill a drink, puts the poison in it. So her plot to kill Bill has began. She has started to poison Bill. Still excited to see where they take this story, honestly. I hope it is somewhere good. Now, like I said, at the beginning of the episode, Vanessa was with Dani when they saw Randy and Hayley together, which is how Dani was told by Vanessa who Randy, or what Randy's real name is. But later, much like what happened with Vanessa and Nicole, Vanessa and Dani get into it over Joey when Dani tries to warn Vanessa about Joey, that basically he's not one to be trusted, which, much like it upset Vanessa with Nicole, it also upset Vanessa with Dani, who says she knows what she's doing, but Dani tries to tell her that she's not on her game right now. She just lost Doug. Joey isn't someone she could actually rely on in a time of need because he is dangerous. Vanessa's response to that is the eye roll worthy, maybe I like it that way. So maybe Vanessa likes it dangerous. I think that this story has just really made Vanessa so unlikable to me. I know I've been saying this since Doug's death, but this is the turn they took with her. And Joey's already a pretty boring grandpa gangster villain, even though he has so far gotten away with everything. It's just not appealing to me that Vanessa runs back to Joey after this conversation. Wants to know more info about Randy. Seems like she doesn't even want Joey to, have kid gloves with her, and wants to be more involved with the business. Wants to know more about the business. So I don't know if they're trying to build up Vanessa as like the queen pin next to Joey. But two boring, unlikable villains together isn't going to do shit for the show. I can tell you that much. I don't know what they're doing, Vanessa. I don't know if it's going to put Donnell in trouble. I don't know what's going to be the wake-up call for her. But she's getting into the territory of not being able to ever be redeemed for me. So I think it's bad writing, but what else is new with this show lately with some of their stories? The only other thing to really talk about is Naomi and Jacob, which I also have not been enjoying. I'm glad it was a quick storyline. I have said I'm hoping she's not pregnant so they can just kind of get out of this story where Naomi wants the baby and Jacob doesn't. She got her test results today from the blood test to find out she's really not pregnant, which is good because I did not want a pregnancy story between these two. She didn't tell Jacob right away. They ended up having sex together, and then Jacob found out because he saw it on the computer after sex and then confronted her about it. It seems like the show doesn't really know how to give this couple some drama. So they've really been trying to give them some drama. I don't know if this is the show trying to make Naomi and Jacob as a couple more interesting, because they can be two pretty boring couple characters and a boring couple. But if that was what they were trying to do, I don't think they did a very good job with that, with this baby storyline. And that's kind of about it. I mean, it just feels like the show is really throwing things at a wall to see what kind of drama they can give Jacob and Naomi, but it's not exactly working. But despite Vanessa truly, truly getting on my nerves, and just despite me being pretty bored with Jacob and Naomi, I did enjoy today's episode. I like that Hayley's plan is off to kill Bill, but Dani got some insight into seeing Hayley and Randy together. I also didn't mention that Joey knows that there's something going on between Hayley and Randy because of parking lot video. Randy played it off that he's hooking up with Hayley, which is weird because they're cousins, but I guess that's what he has to do. And I like that Randy told Joey that, Hayley's not the only wife that steps out on their marriage in Vermont Crest, which was a shot at Vanessa. So while Hayley's plan is off, there's definitely some flaws. And I think those flaws are because of Randy, unfortunately. We're still hoping, or at least I'm still hoping, that the writing for Randy gets a little better. He's definitely been, like, as some people in the comments have said, he's definitely been written as weak, is written as like a mess up. So I'm hoping Randy's not the cause of Hayley's plans falling apart. Hopefully Hayley is the cause of Hayley's plans falling apart. I'm assuming they're going to fall apart because I don't expect Bill to die, but I do want to see how the show gets out of these stories. Hopefully it's in a good way, not a bad writing way.